Guys, welcome or welcome back. I have not done a sit down video or any kind of book related video in almost a year. Well, it hasn't been a year. It's been like 6-7 months. But anyway, the last time I uploaded a book video was literally in December of 2023. It is now July of 2024. We're almost to August, which I think is absolutely insane. I genuinely cannot believe that we are almost to August. But yeah, I'm back. I kind of am out of my book rut. I have not really been reading a whole lot, nor have I actually been wanting to film book videos in a really long time, but I'm finally at the point where I am not completely like over it. So I'm picking up books again. I want to make book content. I want to film. So that is exactly what I'm doing today. Today I am doing a whole video all about my Kindle. I have split this video up into many different parts. We're going to talk about my Kindle. We're going to talk about pros and cons, accessories, physical books versus Kindle versus wishlist, KU versus the library, and also any recommendations that I have on Kindle Unlimited that you guys should definitely check out if you do have a Kindle. We're just going to go ahead, get started, and talk all about my Kindle and why you should get one, if you should get one, and everything that goes into that. So this is what she looks like. This is my Kindle. We love her. I do have the ones with the ads. It really does not bother me. It's not that big of a deal. But I have the 2021 Kindle Paperwhite. I've had this Kindle for almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years this November, December-ish. I absolutely love it. I have the 16 gigabyte, which is a lot of freaking storage. By the way, if you guys don't know, that's a lot of storage for books. There are so many different kinds. I don't really know all the different kinds. I just know that this is my Kindle. She's great. She's a Paperwhite, and that's all I really need to know. I think there's one that is like a Paperwhite, but it's wireless charging. Mine is wired. It really doesn't matter to me. It's gotta be charged. I know that they make smaller versions of this Kindle as well. I probably would not recommend going any smaller than this size. This is a Study in Drowning, like a regular hardback, and this is the size of the Kindle on it. You guys can like see that it's still pretty small. My friend does have the smaller version of this Kindle, and I don't love it. I don't love how small that version is. It's not my favorite. So I would say if you're gonna get a Kindle, get this size. The smaller version is just like real itty bitty teeny tiny, like I'm talking like phone size. Going into pros and cons, I will say I don't have a lot of cons. I think I just have one, and it turns into a pro. But a few things just about why I love this Kindle and why you should get one is, number one, the battery charge on this lasts absolutely forever. I charge mine probably once a month. I do pick up my Kindle almost every single night. I do read at least 45-30 minutes a day, but the charge lasts an absolutely freaking long time. I would charge my Kindle right before I go on a trip. I would go on said trip, and then I would come back and it'll still be like at 70%, like barely anything will go down. And that's one of the biggest reasons I love my Kindle as well, is just that it's so portable, it's so small, and I can just bring it everywhere. Another thing is that it's absolutely great for night reading. Like, I am a person who likes to lay on my side. I don't want to hold a book right above my head. I just want to lay on my side and read my Kindle, and I will literally do that for hours. It's just one thing about me. If I'm going anywhere, I'm going to bring my Kindle. It's portable. I love, love, love it so much. I also love the backlight. Basically, like the phone, harsh lights, it's awful for your eyes, but the backlight on Kindle is really nice. You can also make it warmer. You can make it cooler toned. I keep mine about average, more on the cooler side than the warmer side. I don't like how the yellow looks on the screen, but that's just a personal preference, but you can change that if you really, really want to. If you're one that's like, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on books, but not every book I want is on KU, or I just don't care to have physical copies, books are so much cheaper on the Kindle. There are a lot of books that are about the same price as if you were to go into a store and get them physically or get them on an e-reader, but like 90% of them are cheaper on your Kindle or e-reader. I personally do buy a few books on my Kindle because I'm like, I don't care to have this on my shelf, and I just really want to read it, and my library doesn't have it, or I don't want to wait like 40 weeks for my library to have it. So I do purchase a few books on my Kindle, but it's really nice. And as I said earlier, it's portable. It fits into every single purse I've ever owned. It actually fits into like my little fanny pack that I bought from Amazon. Super nice. The only con that I do have is that if I absolutely love a book that I read on my Kindle, I don't have the physical book. But then again, it doesn't really matter, because if I absolutely love it, I'm gonna buy the physical version of it. And this honestly does turn into a pro, because if I'm annotating or if I'm highlighting a crap ton on my Kindle, it just makes it so much easier to convert all those highlights and stuff on my Kindle onto the book. Like, I literally can go like page to page and like highlight and like annotate the crap out of my physical book once that does come in. So I honestly really do love that feature. I use it a lot, even if I'm wanting to annotate a book, or I know that I want to absolutely read this book but I don't want to bring the physical book with me, or I don't have it, or whatever, or I'm waiting for it. I will read it on my Kindle, I will highlight the crap out of it, and then I will convert those highlight annotations onto my actual book. And if there's something I do have a note about, it's really great because on the Kindle you can highlight, press note, and then you can type what you want. It's not the best whenever it comes to like absolutely knowing what you're typing, but it does work, so that's what matters. So those are my pros and cons. As I said, not a lot of cons. There's really nothing against the Kindle. If you really want to get into the nitty-gritty about it, maybe the price, but then again, you're getting an e-reader. As I said, this one has lasted me 2 years and I've had no problems with it. It's worth every single penny. Now we're going to get into accessories for your Kindle. First off, we have the clear case with the stickers and the pop socket. A lot of people love to change their stickers. Now mine are actually to my Kindle and I have not changed them since I put these on here. It's like cowgirl themed. I think that's so cute. I just don't buy stickers. That's just a personal thing, but I love seeing people put like different stickers on the back of their Kindle. I love seeing all the designs. I would love to change out my stickers. I want to get some like shell ones, and I want to get some like flowers as well to put on here, but I just have not done that. The clear case with the stickers and the pop socket for me is essential. I'm not gonna lie, holding it like this in bed versus not having it at all, it genuinely makes a whole difference. I went almost a year with my Kindle and not having a pop socket, and I was like, I hate this. I'm holding it like this and I can't, like, it's hard to just hold whenever you're laying down. But like the pop socket was a game changer. My mom actually has one now, and I told her the first thing you need to buy is a pop socket, and what did she do? She bought a pop socket. So if you're gonna get one, do the clear case with the pop socket. I don't like the foldy like covers, cases. I don't care for them. I don't like them. That's just another personal thing. I think that they're too heavy. So, but another thing that I don't think is absolutely necessary, but if you do love to go around with your Kindle and you don't want it to get scratched up and you don't want to put like a little cover screen thing on it, get yourself a Kindle pouch. I got this from like a little craft antique store. People do make them on Etsy that are bookish themed, but this is the one that I have. She's so cutie. I wish I knew the name of the shop that you can buy this from, but I don't. It's so stinking cute. Like, are you kidding me? If I was a print, this specifically, this blueprint right here, that's me in a fabric. You know what I mean? Yeah, your Kindle just pops right on in. It snaps. Haley Pham has some. I think some other booktubers have some that you can buy. People on Etsy. I love it. So those are all the accessories. Now I want to talk about paperback versus Kindle versus a kobo. I don't have a kobo, but that is something that I am debating on purchasing because I am an annotation girly. I love to annotate, and let's just dive on into that. So first off, I don't read physical books too much anymore. Of course I have a lot of physical books. Hello, I have a bookshelf over there that is completely full. I do find that there's a place and time for a physical book, but I don't tend to pick them up unless I'm purposefully annotating, or I do just want the book experience, or I don't want to buy the book on my Kindle, or whatever else, whatever fill in the blank reason is. I just don't tend to pick them up. I usually will pick up my Kindle and either get the book on Libby, get it on KU, or I'm going to purchase it if I don't have the book physically. Now if I have the book physically and I can't find out anything else and the only option is to purchase it on here, I will read the book physically. I go for my Kindle just because, as I said, it's portable. It's really hard for me right now to actually read a physical book because I'm like, this is so many pages, this is daunting, which I'm trying to get over. That is my own problem. But as I said, I am looking to get a kobo. I've seen the kobo color whatever thing with the pen. I don't know where the people are getting the pen from. I cannot find that little stylus pen thing from Kobo anywhere online, but I have seen a lot of videos of people using this. It's basically color. You can annotate, you can draw on it, it has like little buttons for page turning, which like doesn't bother me. I don't care about that or whatever. It does make annotating so much fun. It's on your Kindle and it has a little notebook feature, which I think is really cool. It does retail for almost $300, including the stylus, from what I have heard online, which is a lot of money. And the only thing that's stopping me from buying it is if I absolutely love a book, I'm gonna want it physically anyway, even if I do annotate it on my Kobo, Kindle, whatever it is. And I'm also like, I don't need another e-reader. I will say, if you have the money and you love to annotate and you're like, do I get a Kindle or a Kobo? Look up other videos, but once this thing crashes on me, I'm getting a Kobo, unless it absolutely does not do any compatible stuff with Amazon KU, which I still, as I said, I don't know everything about it. I'm just bringing it up. Let me know what your thoughts are about the Kobo, because I kind of want to get one after this one dies on me, but this thing also has lasted absolutely forever. Now that we have talked about that, let's talk about Kindle Unlimited and Libby and other library apps. So first off, we're going to start off with Libby. So this is a app that you get through your library. You just get like your little library card ID. You sign in with your PIN and your ID number, and you can get almost any single book that your library has, and you can get it in audio form if they have that, of course. Not every single book obviously will be through Libby or KU. Like, there are some publishers that just do not put their books on that at all, and you can really only get like the ebook from this place, or you have to go buy the audiobook from like Audible or something. But most books are on Libby because, as I said, it's a public library, so it's really great. I love it. It's super fast. It goes straight to your Kindle. The only two things that I have about Libby is that if you have the book on your Kindle, you have to take it off, like return to public library, press that button probably 3 times before it's actually taken off your Kindle. I have sat with my Kindle having library books on it for like over a month thinking that I returned them, which I did, but they're still just on my Kindle and I don't know why, and that really bothers me. So that's my first thing. And then the second thing is that you just have to wait for the book to come in, which is fine. That doesn't like bother me too much, but if you are impatient and you're just like, I want to read this book now, that is just something about Libby. Yeah, if you're like, I know I want to read this book pretty soon and it's like a 20-week wait, put it in now. Put in your hold now. Even if you read the book physically and you're like, I can't wait, I just want to buy it and read it now, whatever, put in your hold. But it does go by pretty fast. It really does not take that long, because some people are like, oh, I've read this, I don't want this, and they, you know, turn it over to the next person. So yeah, I love the Libby app. Usually if a book isn't on Kindle Unlimited, I go straight to Libby first, and then if it's just way too much or way too long of a wait and I have the book physically, I'm gonna read it. So yeah, but I do love the Libby app. Everybody loves the Libby app, and you still get all those annotations. They're still on your Kindle library too. So I think that's pretty cool. And then we have another one that isn't talked about too much, but I do want to bring it up, and that is Hoopla. This is another library app. 98% of the books on here do not go to your e-reader if they're an ebook. They all just go straight on your phone. But if you do like to read on your phone and you know that there's a book that you want to read, get Hoopla. It's a pretty good app. I mainly use Hoopla for audiobooks. I love it for that. It's great. And I have no complaints really, other than ebooks just don't go to your e-reader. But Hoopla also does have like TV shows, movies, music as well. So it's pretty cool. It's like just through your library. But like also Hoopla doesn't really have too much stuff. Libby has more of it, but Hoopla is just another resource if you are looking for stuff that has like other audiobooks. Like, I know that there are some indie authors that put their stuff on Hoopla that doesn't go to like Libby or anything, so I've been able to find audiobooks for like series on there. And also, like, if Libby has a wait time, I check Hoopla for audiobooks as well. If I just like want to go ahead and listen to it and don't want to wait, usually you can just borrow it from Hoopla and it doesn't have like people waiting. So, and now we have Kindle Unlimited. So Kindle Unlimited is about $12 a month. Their prices have raised. It was $10 whenever I started paying for it, but now I pay $12, almost $13 a month for it. But if you do read one book a month from Kindle Unlimited, it pretty much makes it worth it, because books nowadays, they're like anywhere between like $12 to $20, $25. So if it's on Kindle Unlimited and you read at least one book a month, you're good. I probably read maybe like 2 a month at this point in time, but there was a time I was reading like 8 to 10. So it made it really worth it then. I was basically reading for free. So on KU, there is a lot more romance than there is fantasy, at least I find. I haven't been able to find like too many fantasy series on there that I actually really enjoy, but it does have a lot of romance. It does have a lot of popular authors, which we will get into a little bit later, and it's really great. Some authors even, they put their books on Kindle and then they take them off. Then some authors are like putting their books on there for the first time, and so it's always cycling through new and old stuff, but you get a lot of variety as well from like authors that you love. I know Abby Jimenez is on there now. I think Emily Henry was on there for a little bit, that she took herself off. It really is just dependent on like the author and the publishing company. And on KU, I've been able to find a lot of indie authors that I love. But yeah, I love KU. I find that it's completely worth it. But yeah, on the Kindle, you have so many different resources, and if you don't want to pay monthly, as I said, there's Libby, so, or you can just pay for the books. But if you get a Kindle, you might as well pay for Kindle Unlimited. I've been paying for it for like 2 years, and it's still really cheap. I still find it worth it. Even on the months that I wouldn't read a book on here, I end up making it up like the next month, or I've made it up in the past because I've read so many. Yeah, I do find it really useful. I feel like I've been talking for like absolutely forever. But now we are going to get into all of my Kindle Unlimited recommendations, all the books that are currently on Kindle, and I've broken up this into 2 different genres, romance and fantasy. If you're here for mystery and thrillers, I'm not your girl. I don't read that. My mother has completely taken over my Kindle library with those though, so maybe I'll ask her one day if she has any recommendations. But she reads a lot of Frida McFadden. I know that. She loves that author. But we're gonna get into all of the romance recommendations first. As I said, Kindle Unlimited has a lot more romance, at least that I've been reading. I haven't really gotten to romance until like the past year and a half, so I have a lot of those. So first off, we had the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. I know that Elsie Silver also has her first ever series on Kindle Unlimited, and she has her new series that she's been publishing. If you're looking for a great cowboy romance, definitely read the Chestnut Spring series. It is so incredibly good. I love every single book that's on it. I literally cried probably 3 different times during the series. It's so good. The next book series that we have is the Twisted series by Anna Huang. This is a book talk book series that blew up, but it is so good. My favorite one is personally Twisted Games or Twisted Lies. I absolutely love the male and female characters in those books. Definitely check it out. And then we have any L. Kennedy book. I think all of her books are now on KU. She has the Off Campus series, the Briar U series. She has a spin-off to the Off Campus and Briar U series now, which is like their kids. She also has like the summer series, like the Summer Girl series that she's been coming out with. But I don't know if her like prep school series is on KU. I haven't looked into that, but she does have her new spin-off series to Off Campus, which if you guys have been around a while, you guys know I do not like the Off Campus series. It's not my favorite, but I do love her spin-off series with the kids so far. The Graham Effect, the Dixon Rule, so good. I ate those books up. Those are like almost 5 stars for me. Like, they are so good. And then the next one I have is the Dirty A series by Lauren Asher. She has this series, and I know that she's been coming out with her series that is the Billionaires. Oh, she has Dreamline Billionaires, and then she has another one that like Love Redesign is a part of. I love the Dirty Air series out of all of them. I haven't read Love Redesign yet. Between like the 2 series I have read, Dirty Air series is my absolute favorite, which is her first series and like first books that she wrote. But yeah, those books are on KU. And then we have the Play for Keeps series by Becca Mack. This is a hockey romance series. It's like adult hockey romance. It's not college. So good. I ate these books up last winter. So good. Then we have Sophie Lark. She wrote the Brutal Birthright and the Kingmaker series. The Kingmakers is a spin-off of Brutal Birthright. This is a dark romance mafia series. I personally loved it. It is one of my favorite mafia romance books, which like I don't read too much of those anymore, but at any point in time I can reread those and still love it to this day. And then we have my favorite 6-star series is the Lancaster Prep series by Monica Murphy. I don't know what it is with these books. I don't know what it is about her writing, but I love this series so much. It is a 6-star series for me. I have almost every single book in paperback, even her new like spin-off version that's been coming out. So good. I need them all. I have not been able to collect them all, but as I find them in stores, I'm slowly buying them all, and I want to reread them and annotate them. So I do love that series very much. And I know Abby Jimenez, as I said, is on KU. I don't know any of her books. I haven't read any of them. I really want to read. It's the one with the yellow cover, I think, the people like walking. I don't know what it's called, but I want to read that one. And then another 6-star book for me is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. That is also on KU. I have probably reread that book 3 times, and if you look on like my Kindle whenever I have the book in my library, it's completely highlighted, like almost all the way. I need to buy the physical book of this and put all my annotations next to, and like put all my annotations from like Kindle to paper. I love that book so much. And then If He Had Been With Me by Lauren Nowlin's on there. I Know the Boys of Toman are on there by Chloe Walsh. And then the last romance is the Addicted series by Krista and Becca Ritchie. This isn't my favorite series, but I know it's a lot of people, so if you are wanting to read it and not buy all the physical books, it is on KU. Those are all the romance. Now we're gonna get into some fantasy series or some fantasy one-offs that I have. The first one is the Folk of the Air trilogy by Holly Black. That is one I'm actually currently reading. If you would have asked me 2 years ago how I felt about the Cruel Prince series, I would have said I hated it. But now I feel like I'm more into fantasy, and I'm like, okay, I want to reread it. I want to actually give it a shot. And I think I'm like 5-6 chapters into it, and I actually really like it so far. I hate Carden. I hate him. I do not like him whatsoever. And I'm like, how does he become a character that I absolutely love? I don't know. The series is currently on KU. I'm reading it. I'll keep you guys updated on how I feel. The next one is the Divine Rivals Duet. I don't know what the series is called, but I believe both of them are on KU. This wasn't my favorite book, but I also think I want to reread that and actually give it a different new chance, because at the time I just wasn't in the mood for it, but I forced myself to read it. So I want to reread it, and that is currently on KU. And then we have Carissa Broadbent. She has 2 series. I don't know what they're called, but I know a lot of people love them. The next one is the Crave series by Tracy Wolf. This is honestly like a 6-star series for me. I don't know what it is about the Crave series by her, but I love it. Just weirdly, like, I love that series so much. I don't know what it is. It's just the Twilight heart in me. I'm like, okay, I love this. And then it has like Vampire Diaries Legacies, the originals aspect to it, mixed like with dragons. It's so cool. It's basically if Twilight, Vampire Diaries, and like Game of Thrones had a baby, this is what you get. You know what I mean? But like at a boarding school. I think it's just like one of those YA books that is just like, it's meant to be stupid, but it's really fun to read. The 5th fantasy book that I have is When the Moon Hatched. This is a new book that I've been seeing everywhere. I've been wanting to read this one for so long. The cover looks beautiful. The like synopsis of the book, it just seems so cool. I really want to read it. And then the next one is We Hunt the Flame. I've heard so many good things about this book, and this is one that's on my TBR. And the last one that I have is These Violent Delights. I was looking on KU last night while I was planning this video, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I know a lot of people love that series, so it is available on Kindle Unlimited. But yeah, those are all the recommendations I have. Some that are on my TBR, some that I've read, some that I've heard great things about, and some that I want to give a second chance. If you're debating on whether or not you should get a Kindle, just go ahead and get it. It's completely worth it. In the end, if you're not wanting to buy books anymore, this honestly saves you money. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, even if you get Kindle Unlimited and you pay the $12 a month that it is, it does in the end save you money if you're like, okay, I'm moving a lot, or I don't want to move all my books, or I'm selling all my books because like whatever, or like for whatever reason you're like, I need to stop buying books. In the end, this does save you money, because $13 a month versus spending like $17, $20 on one book that you're probably gonna buy like 3, 4, 5 different books a month, this saves you money. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any other recommendations or anything else that you want to say about the Kindle, make sure to leave it in the comments below. Hopefully I'm back to doing at least 1 book video a month. I'm gonna slowly ease back into it. I've been loving vlogging so far, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think and what you guys want, if you guys want more book content. But yeah, I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.